Welcome to this week's Pick a Card reading, and this week is messages from your higher self and or guides. And when I talk about guides, anybody that can come through and guide you. This may be your power animals, this may be your angels, this may be a personal guide or guides. This could be even crossover loved ones that watch over you. It could be ascended masters. Whomever is guiding you, it could be a message coming through either from and or your higher self and or guides. So this is for the week of May 24th through 30, 2020. That's always the tricky part. Remember this. Okay. So, I'm Seqkat from Seqkat'sEnlightenedEnjoyment.com, and thank you for joining me. Okay, so we're going to take a moment here and let you pick the totems, and amazingly or so, or maybe not so amazing, they are in the exact same order they were last week with the totems. As always, mix the totems up, and we've got the raven, cat, and wolf in the same order again. So in case you were watching last week's reading, it is a new reading. Okay, so take your time right now and choose the one that you feel an affinity towards. And yes, you can do more than one. Just tune in for what feels right for you. And you can even pause the camera if you like. Okay, and there will be timestamps for you to choose a totem of your choice. That will be in the description box below. So, I will now meet you at your totem. Okay, welcome if you chose the Raven totem. So, let's see what your card is for your theme of the week, for messages from your higher self and or guides. And you have to share your thoughts, and it's in reverse. So maybe we've been being a little bit quiet, holding back about our truth of ourselves. And we'll see what the cards got to say. Okay. That's something good to know is that we did come here to not only experience ourselves as a unique aspect of source, divinity, God, however you want to call it, but we also came here to express that uniqueness as well. Because in the other aspects, there we go, ooh, the other aspects get to experience perceiving that. Oh, interesting, I had this happen last week one time too. We're getting a story. Oh, and this card's sitting there too. We're getting a story with the theme alone. Okay. Guys, this is a rough theme. Yeah. Okay, so we're feeling really overwhelmed. And we have reached a point of, I think, detaching from our emotions beyond the apathy. And it's not a temporary state. We dug down deep into it from what I'm reading. Keep in mind, this is also tuned for many of you, so find your relative story as you hear the cards come forth. Looking at the rest of these cards, usually I'd say this is about picking your dreams, and it could be, but could also, in this particular reading, the way things are coming up, could represent confusion. Okay, so we also have, yes, oh gosh, the Ten of Sky. So we've hit some defeat here, but it's coming to an end. Something didn't work out as great as we wanted to. It's a sad card. But it is coming to an end, so that means something is changing and it will get better. That is the good news of that. When you hit bottom, there's a long way to go, and that is up. And oh yeah, we've been in some confrontation with somebody that cannot hear you, getting in arguments or dispute, and you were trying to get them to understand your perspective, and you're trying to understand their perspective, and you very well could, but whomever you're in confrontation with, they cannot hear you. They cannot comprehend your perspective, so you literally are wasting your time. It's like trying to teach algebra to a kindergarten. They don't get it. Their brain is not going to get it. You're wasting your time. So cut that out. It's not doing you any good. Okay, and someone is not being who we are. So I don't know if this is you yourself or with whom you're in the confrontation with, but seeing this part here about not sharing your thoughts and that you need to because it's in reverse, that might be where you're not being who you are. Because like I said, we came here not only to experience our unique individual aspect and our unique perspectives and personalities and desires, but we also came here to express them. So that could be a place where we're not being ourselves. And you are being invited to go within here and spend a little time meditating and connecting with your higher self and guides. And that's what this tarot reading is all about. And they're here telling you a story here. Oh, yep. And we're off of our fate line. So when I say fate line, it's a storyline. Basically, your higher self is pulling you to your desires to live your life of your dreams, and you're not following that. You're getting off of the life of your dreams because you're not listening to your heart, you're listening to the fears. And we're following that because what happens is we're on that storyline being pulled to our dreams, pulled to our desires, and there's a bump in the road, and we came here for the bump of the road. It's like a virtual reality game that we're in. So what happens then is when we go off the bump of the road, we go off into the woods, and then we get lost in the woods and tangled in the woods, and then find the mess there, and we find pain there, and it gets a little bit harder to get back on our course. And when we're on our course, then we're in flow. That's when doors open up and things get easier. People from the right places and the right people are lined up for you because the universe is helping you move towards your desires. It doesn't really help you stay lost in the woods. Okay, so we got that going on. So yeah, we're not expressing those thoughts, and that's where that can definitely be taking place because we did come here to express, and we're not being who we really are. That's where that bump, that's where we're coming off that fate line really comes into play there. And yeah, we've gotten a little bit of righteous defense, really fighting, and we're seeing that here too. Be careful. Do you want to be love or do you want to be right? They can't hear you. Choose love. Choose love. Don't choose about being right. It's not about that. It's not black and white and right and wrong. It's just about perspectives and values. And again, just like this forest sky is inviting you to go within and connect with your higher self and guides, do some meditation. So is the Hermit card. Hermit card is doing the very same thing. And also with the Hermit card, this represents a Virgo. Listen to your story. I don't know if this represents you or perhaps someone with whom you're engaged in these circumstances. So yeah, there's the big story for the theme. It doesn't always happen very often, but it does sometimes as I see this now. Okay, so let's look at the progression of your week in regards to your theme. Okay, there we go. The 2 cards already popping up here. Okay, good news is we have the Sun card. That's great to see. It's in reverse, which does not mean anything's bad. It still means everything's good. You see the Sun card, it's good, you're golden. No pun intended for the color. But when it's reversed, it means you don't believe it. And looking at your theme story here, you hit just some defeat and confrontation and fighting and feeling overwhelmed. And we've hit apathy. Yeah. I can see why you don't believe it. So that's understandable. And you're being encouraged to have courage, have strength, and trust, have faith. It's like, if you can see this card, there's a little bird sitting on the kitty cat. It's trust. They're trusting this kitty cat. It's not going to harm them. And this kitty cat is in harmony with these birds. It's not going to harm them. And so you feel like you're like out of harmony with your life. But if you tune in and meditate with your guides and higher self, angels, whomever, what it is, and ask them for help, they can truly help you. It's easier because they can cross over your free will. When you ask for help, it makes it much easier because they're going to respect your free will. They let you go off that fate line. But things are much better for you if you follow that fate line. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we also got the Earth King here in reverse. So yeah, the Earth King's kind of like, I don't know, kind of falling off his throne. Maybe material things didn't work out. His legacy didn't work out that he was trying to. And by the looks of things, with whomever you were engaged with, whatever you were working on wasn't working out. Definitely, so I understand that. Yeah, and the Earth Queen. Okay, yeah, so definitely when I see her reverse, she's usually the one who has her stuff together when she's upright. She's definitely out of her element and not being herself when she's in reverse. And also when I see the King and Queen come in together, so each of you have your own story that you're tuned to in particularly, so listen out if this is relative to you. This could represent a couplehood, so I don't know if you were in a romantic partnership with somebody and this is in reference to that. It could possibly be business partner. Maybe it could even be your parents. Just listen to your own relative story, tune into that, or a couple that you know and that you're engaged with in somehow in these circumstances. But I do see couplehood here. But we are out of our element and we are not being ourselves, which goes back to this. We're not being ourselves here. And here we have a charity situation that is not working out. So somebody is either bestowing charity to somebody and the other's receiving it. So one or two things could be happening here. So tune into your particular story. Someone could be giving someone charity with a little ulterior motive involved. They want to seem nice and they want to seem kind, but they got an ulterior motive. And or maybe someone who is receiving the charity is taking too much advantage of that and is not being more grateful or over abusing that situation. So you have to tune into your own story and see exactly what fits you. So that is the progression of your week. Keep in mind, things will be good, and have courage and strength. Keep your strength up. Have some faith. The best way to turn this all around is go within and flip this up. Be who you are. Express those thoughts. Okay, so that is your progression of the week. So now we're going to look at what lessons you are learning this week, or perhaps maybe you have already learned it or relearning. Who hasn't done that before? Not me. Don't lie. Or maybe you've already learned them, got them down. You just got to use those and apply them this week. So let's see what we got going there. Okay, so here we got the Emperor sitting upright. So this means we either are in our power or we have a very nurturing father figure. And this also represents Aries, by the way. And we have the Sky Queen. And she's really good at seeing things from a logical perspective and stepping out of the emotions and the emotional mess and entanglement that the ego can get into. So she's pretty good at that. But when she's in reverse, she could be either getting too cold-hearted and needs to tap into her heart a little bit more and have some more compassion, or she could be emotionally attached to something. So she could be being too cold-hearted with the situation that's been going on here, or emotionally attached to whomever. So again, you got to tune into your own particular story here. And then, the journey that we're on is not going very well. We embarked upon, I would say, like an egoic journey that was not meant for you. Like I said, went off that fate line, got out of that flow. We were supposed to go towards our heart's desires and our joy, but we didn't, and we went off on the woods. And this is definitely showing that we got to get off out of those woods and back on our path. And this is what you're learning this week. Stay in your power. Don't get too cold-hearted. Stay connected to your heart. And if your ego's attached to something too much, it's gotta let go. And let's get back on your real path and your real journey, following your heart's desires, what you came here to do. You came here to experience your heart's desires. And we get lost in this life and get all caught up in the story and believe we can't do that anymore. But that's what you're here for. Okay. I didn't quite jump. Let's see if we did. Alright, so I think we can safely proceed. We're not jumping. Oh, nope. We got one more. Okay, so this is a card here encouraging you to be subtle about something. So I don't know if you need to make a change. And you need to be subtle about it at first so that you aren't knocked down with naysayers. They could have beliefs that you can't move towards your dreams. And as you start doing that, and you might announce that. You need to express your thoughts, yes, but maybe you announce it to the wrong people because they would be the ones to tear down your beliefs that you can have your dreams. So you want to be subtle around people like that nature. Or maybe there's just a particular situation you need to be subtle about. Maybe Sadly, I hope not. I hope not for you. Maybe if you're in an abusive situation and you need to get that out, you might have to subtly get out so that you can safely get out. I hope that is not the situation. But tune into whatever this storyline is fit for you, and because as I got this tuned in for each of you. Okay. So now let's look at what can assist you this week, whether or be of help to you, whether it be a change in your inner attitude and or current outside circumstances or people. And we talk about changing the inner attitude is because whatever you got vibing in here is what's reflecting to you out there. So if you don't like your reflections out there, you got to change something on the inside. And that's sometimes exactly what can assist you. And that's why your guides call you, your higher self call you to go in and meditate and connect with them to help you change that vibe so you can start getting more joy. Start experiencing life of joy. And that's what my tarot reads are here for you about. Let's get in our joy. You may have a horrible tarot reading. Don't let it knock you off your feet. The whole idea is becoming aware of this god-awful tarot reading and now knowing what to do to make your life better. So that's what the whole purpose is, coming to that awareness. Okay, yeah, we got the whole world here. Got the whole story. Okay, yes, again, you're being invited to go within and meditate. And here you're being invited to connect to your intuition, and we've been in a little bit of resistance. We might be in so much fear that we can't hear our intuition and understand it. And in fact, I just did a Seqkat Musing series this particular Wednesday on how to get clear intuition. I'll make sure to put a little note card up there for you so you can click on that, and you can go back and refer to that. That'll be very helpful and assistant to you. And also, you might need to face some emotions because we saw this, she might be too attached to emotions here. And you might need to look at and reflect on what's been going on, because as you can see, there's a water here for the cat, so you can tune in and look and reflect on some of the things that's been going on. And this also represents Pisces, so I don't know if this is you or whomever else you are engaged with in these circumstances. So tune into what is your story there. And yeah, and somebody's been feeling left out in the cold here, so maybe there's been some abandonment or some shut out, and it's feeling painful. In whether this is you doing this to another or another doing this to you. Take note of that. And so if this is you doing it to another, maybe you've gotten too cold-hearted, or maybe another did it to you, maybe you're too emotionally attached. So tune into your story, which one is relative for you. And here we go. Help that can assist you this week is accepting other people's different personalities and their different traits that they can offer you. And you can work together towards a common goal. As you can see, these kitty cats are all working together to corral this little beetle. And when you work together with your differences, you can attain that common goal. So that is something that can help you also. Don't be looking at other people's differences and go, oh my gosh, yeah, we're different, and that doesn't work. The differences are not a problem. We came here to be different. We didn't all come here to be exactly alike. It would be a very, very boring world. Okay, and again, yes, invitation to go within, intuition, and also she's the priestess. Priestess, of course, is about healing. And then you can see the amethyst here is all about healing. So you're invited to heal something. So we've got some pain going on here. We've been through some stuff throughout the entire reading, so we can see that as well. So you're being invited to do that and being, again, invited to listen to the intuition. So definitely spend that time going within and meditating. And, oh, yep, there we go. I told you, I saw that couplehood, and things weren't looking good in the couplehood here. And sure enough, we're seeing, and it's coming back up. So if you're on that storyline, if that one's left to you, it's coming up again here. Disharmony, usually with a romantic partner. It can mean a business partner too, or a friend or something, but when it comes to the cups, I see this more as a romantic partner. So we're definitely having some disharmony here. Something's not working out. And or we're being subtle. It could also possibly be a relationship that you are in, but is being hidden. So you'll have to choose whatever is relative to your particular story. And then, yep, emotional. Yeah, we've really been through some really hard pain here. And we're grieving, and there's some loss. And that could be going back to, again, that attachment. Ego is too attached, and we have to let go. And this is what this card does. It's the death card, and it's definitely inviting you to let go I'm sorry for the loss that you've gone through. This is showing a lot of pain here and grief. Your best way to move through this is to embrace that grief, embrace that pain, validate and comfort your ego, see it as a toddler, see it as a child, go into meditation and see it as a child, validate its feelings. It's been through hell and back. It has every right to feel the way it feels, and it needs to be comforted and loved. And the best person you can receive the love from is from you, because when you love yourself, then you've got this inner love in your inner vibe. And this is what you're learning this week, and that's what pulls people that love you to you. You would start attracting that. It goes back to law of attraction, like attracts like. Also, this represents the Scorpio card, so I don't know if that refers to you or with whomever you're engaged in this. Tune into your relative story for that one. So these are your lessons for this. Oh, not your lessons, my bad. This is what can assist you this week. Move through the grief. Do not shove it under the rug. That does not work. Can't hide from those emotions. It's just going to stall things. That's not your straight line. That's just going to keep you in pain. Quickest way through is go through the portal of pain to find your joy. It's on the opposite side of that. Okay, so that is the circumstances that could help you. So now we're going to look at possible obstacles you're facing this week and or affirmations that you're in the flow. So you could have both show up. Okay, this is your obstacle. Hey, but you're doing this right, and that's going to work and help you go into flow. Or all obstacles or all flows. We'll see what you get. Okay, so, yep, we're staying a little focused on some past pains, and we're perpetuating that. And we need to get our focus off of that and start putting some love on that, putting some love vibes on it. Some of the circumstances you've been through, you've got to comfort and validate yourself and allow those energies to come in. Sit down and have a meditation about that. Just bring in the energy. You get this energy of pain, this energy of grief, this energy of fear. It's painful as F, and I want to run away from it because I don't like it. But it actually is a part of the source energy too, and it needs attention, and it needs your attention, and it needs love. If you invite it in and you sit with it and say, okay, I'm welcoming you here. You hurt like hell, but yes, you're welcome to be here, and I'm going to give you the love and attention that you are seeking to. Everything needs love and attention. I'm giving you that love. And just sit there and hold that love for it. And well, I've never had it fail. Let's say 99% of the time, I've never had it fail. Eventually, if you sit there with it long enough, that energy will dissipate and that pain and that fear will subside because you are changing the frequency. Fear and pain are lower frequencies. Love is higher. And as you keep giving it love, you bring it to that love and it transmutes because you're transmitting with a different frequency. This is also asking you to keep faith, as this is a grace card and or temperance, as some of you would be recognizing. And this also represents Sagittarius. Whether this be you or whomever you're engaged, again, tune into your relative story. And yes, okay, so we've got the little kitten of fire here. So you're prepared to start something new. You've been on a storyline that has not been working out. You're being called to be who you are. So that's calling you to something new. And some of that new that you need to do is start expressing your thoughts. Expression. Be who you are and express yourself. Good old Madonna. Express your whole self. Okay, yeah. Anyway, and you are prepared for that. You may not believe it, but you are prepared for it, and the universe is prepared and ready to support you to do that. But you have a little bit of work here to do with some grief and letting go and some releasing to do. So this one is definitely a flow. The other one's a little bit of an obstacle, but you know what to do now to get through that obstacle. Let's see if you got any more. Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay. Yes. See, prepared, new. Okay, so you can see there's been some failure here. What you've been working on has not been working out, but they're telling you try again. Don't give up. There's more fish in the sea, so to speak. You might have failed at this one, but do not give up. Don't let the ego go into that forever never complex that I know the ego loves to go to. Oh, it has happened once, forever will be. I failed, so I forever will. No. I've never succeeded, so I never will. No, don't let the ego trick you in that way. Do not let the ego trick you that way. You will succeed. The universe is ready for you. They're ready to support you in that. And if you have any trouble knocking any of this out, don't worry, your guides have got your back, and this is their message to you. They will come help knock it out for you. And in actuality, there's nothing you can do. Don't argue with it because they're going to knock it out for you. I apologize. Your ego's going to go, I don't like this because it's change. It's not going to like it during the moment because the ego's all about survival, and change scares it because it's like, oh, okay, I know I can survive the situation. It might not be good. It may be really bad, but I know I can survive it, and that looks pretty. But what if it's worse than I think it is and I can't survive that? Don't worry, your guides know you can. They know it's better, and they're going to come knock it out for you. So just comfort and love your ego as you go through the change, and reassure it. Okay, you're still going to be you. It also has an identification to its current thing that has been, or its current life, its current circumstances. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Identification to its current set of circumstances. And so it thinks if things change, although my identity has changed, I'm going to cease to exist. Reassure it, you will exist, but you will exist in a better way. It will still exist. So just give it that comfort and love. Okay, so let's see what the outlook of your week is. Yeesh. Okay, there we go. Okay, yep, back to let it go. Emotionally attached, we're seeing that a lot here. Emotionally attached, you gotta let it go. So ego is attached, don't worry, they're gonna change things, and it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary as hell. I've been there. It's scary. It looks like you're losing everything that you know, life as you know it. And it's scary, and I've been there, and I've had my life flipped upside down. This is a hanging band or floating cap, but same thing. I've had it flipped upside down, and it seemed horrible at the time. But let me tell you, I'm so thankful it happened because I am in my dreams now, and I'm living my life better than ever than I could have ever imagined. So I can promise you, ego loves evidence. So if it doesn't have its own story to grab onto somebody else's, here's your evidence. You can live your dreams. So validate, comfort, love that ego, reassure it, but you gotta let go. And you have a hard choice to make. And looking at all this, and I know what your choice is. You can stay in the situation just like it is. And looking at this reading, this current situation sucks. Or you can make a change. And ego's freaking out about that. I don't like the change. That looks scary. I don't want to do either one. I don't want to stay in a certain situation, but I don't want to change. Every time I see this card, my advice is make the change because you are not happy where you are, and the only way to get anything to change up and to ever begin to move towards happiness is to make the change. The change looks scary as hell at the moment, but at the end of the change, that's when your joy will come in. And we've been brashing and clashing with the things that we've been going through in this situation because we're not being who we are. We're not expressing ourselves. We have been in the ultimate defeat. We have been confronting and fighting with someone who cannot hear our perspectives. That we're looking at disharmony in the couplehood as well, too. We're seeing that. And a lot of emotional attachment and pain and abandonment. We're looking at all of that. So there's a lot of brashing and clashing. That's not working for you. As you can see, the cat can be nimble and navigate through the candles without getting burnt. You've been getting burnt because we haven't been nimble. So we've got to change it. Got to change it up. That could be one of your stories, or if this is relative to you, this could also mean a move of residence. And if this is a move of residence of some type, there could be a possible delay. And in this current pandemic, I can understand why. Okay. Let's see if we get anything more for the outcome of your week. Oh yeah, we get more. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, so here we've got the Sea Queen. So we're being called to nurture and get some nurturing. She's a loving mother figure. Also, she's the most psychic of the bunch here. Again, tune into your intuition. And there's either you are a master of something and you are out to teach others. Maybe you're going through this hardship because you will use it to teach others from the experience you've gained from it. Or maybe you need to increase your skills and you're being invited to advance some skills in something. So you want to look at that. Tune into your story. And here, I would love to see this card reversed. This is the Priest in reverse. I love to see him reversed because it can be positive, right, depending on your situation, because it could be like structured spiritualism that you've been taught in religion, and if that works for you, that's great. But it can also be structures and paradigms where it can kind of close you in and lock you down. I love to see it reversed because this means you're busting out of how you've been locked down in paradigm beliefs, and I'm seeing this change. We were looking at the horror story, but you're being invited to change and showing what you can do to change. So you're busting into your spiritual freedom. And remember, most importantly, everything's going to work out good with the Sun card. So that's great to see. So this is great. You're busting into spiritual freedom. Absolutely great to see. And then, yes, and then you can get back into your passion. So your outlook is looking good this week. Passionate desires, and that's what you want to follow. Your passionate desires have been placed in your heart from your higher self that moves you to joy, because that is what Source created you for, to experience the desires it planted in your heart through your perspective. That's what it wanted to experience. And right now you're a little out of balance and you're a little out of whack because you went off your fate line and you went off of following your desires and joys. But that's okay. We will work through this grief and work on that, and we'll get back into balance, and ultimately everything will be good. Okay, guys, so that is the outcome of your week, and that is your reading. Rough reading, I will admit, and I'm really sorry to hear this, guys. But it's not for naught. Everything will turn out good. You're going to go through some upheaval, some changes, but I promise you it's going to work out good. Definitely going to work out good. Express your thoughts. Keep that in mind. I hope this reading, if anything, was helpful for you. It may not be one that you liked. And if you did find it helpful, I really would appreciate a like, because it helps me circulate my video out into the YouTube world and reach more people so I can help them. And or also, please comment. I would love to see your comments as well. And if you also found it helpful, I will be doing an extended reading on it. I did this reading with the Mystical Cat Tarot and the theme card with the Messenger Oracle. And I will be doing the extended reading and clarifying with the Tarot Familiar, and that link will be in the description box below by the Raven. So look for the Raven totem on that one. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I love having you, and if you found this very helpful and you would like to join me, I'd love to have you. So just hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification button so when you know my videos go out. On the first Wednesday of the month, I do the chakra clearing, which would be also very beneficial for you here with this type of reading, because you've been through a lot. It cleanses your aura, your energies, all 12 of your major chakras. Not most of us are familiar with that. Grounds you to Mother Earth, and then I go back and also open your heart chakra, which would be extremely beneficial because that brings you into your power when your heart's open. Very beneficial for you after a reading like this. So that's the first Wednesday of the month. And my other Wednesdays I call my Seqkat Musing series, where I just teach you how to get into your joy and live in your joy, because that is my goal in life. It's get everybody living in the joy, because that's what you came here to do. So I'm here to help you do that, because we get mired in this story and forget that's what we came here to do. And forget we really do have permission to do that. Okay, guys, I love you. You have all my compassion. You really do with this one. But don't give up. Hang in there. Things are getting better. I've been there. I've been where you are. I know it is. Until next time, much love and light. Okay, welcome if you chose the cat totem for your reading this week from a message from your higher self and guides. So let's see what you got going on for your theme. And this one is Honor Gaia. So, we got a lot going on with Gaia right now. That's the same as Mother Earth, and this is in reverse. A lot going on with her. Okay. So let's see what the cards got to say. Mother Earth is our provider. She is our sustainer of life and our 3D relativity here. And as we honor her, we so honor ourselves. If you tread lightly upon the earth, I think this is a Native American saying, in fact, it will gently greet you back. Something along those lines. It is true, if you stomp your feet on the earth when you walk, it hurts. You walk gently, it doesn't hurt. At the same time, too, with it being reversed too, there may be some grounding you might need to do with Mother Earth to feel safe and secure. And we have a choice to make here. Let's see if we get anything else. We got right here the Two of Fire. So we have a choice we have to make here. All right, let's see what else we get in here. All right, we got a bit of a story. Okay, so we're breaking out into some spiritual freedom, so that's good to see. I love that. We're busting out of paradigms, maybe structural beliefs that have been holding you, locking you down. They could even be religious beliefs. I love to see people coming into their spiritual freedom, and I don't know if this has something to do with your choice, maybe you're embracing that idea. I'm not sure. We have something long-term that we've been working on that has not been exactly working out. So we got Mother Gaia also reversed here too. Let's see what more the cards have to say. Ooh, and someone is dealing with some pain here and some grief and loss that more than likely had something to do with some type of betrayal. And keep in mind, as I read these cards, I had these tuned to many of you. So listen out for what storyline is relative to your story and catch it. And more of this will start making sense as I see more of the cards and can start forming together. And that is Lily in the background if you hear kitty cat meowing. And then we have the Sky King in reverse too. He's a bit of a challenger here when he, I don't like seeing him in reverse. He can be a bit nasty when he's in reverse here. And then we've got the Sky Queen here, which is great. She's in her passion, looking at her heart's desires, and she's going for them, and she's successful in doing so. So that looks good. So we have some type of decision. Perhaps we've been looking on something long term, but we got betrayed in the long run in that, and of course it's not working out. And we're dealing with pain and grief and loss with that, and maybe this Sky King played a role with this. I don't know. And that's what we're dealing with. But in regards of what we are experiencing, we are embracing our heart's desires, and we are busting into our spiritual freedoms. And perhaps your choice is to stick with what you got that's been going on, that has been going on well, or to come into that spiritual freedom and embrace that passion. And I don't know if you are one that works with the earth, or that you are into ecology, or someone that believes in saving Mother Earth, or maybe something in recycling, whatever your field is. This is a message from your higher self and guides, and you know how this tunes into your relative story. It could be something about grounding with her, or just honoring her and giving her love and respect. So tune into your relative story and see how that fits you. So I'm going to push these cards up a little bit to give you some more room. Okay, so let's see how the progression every week goes. Could be calling to go into nature too and connect with her, because some of us really need that, especially for fairy energy. All right, yep, here we go. Okay, so we have not been with our vibe tribe, and Mr. Sky King here in reverse kind of shows that, the betrayal too. So that's not been working for us. And then, all right, so, yep, so there's been some charity going on. We have a provider of it, recipient of it, or an author of it, and so watch out. One or two things is going on here. Either the provider has an ulterior motive, he or she's not being just kind, just at the kindness of their heart. They're looking for something else by doing so. There's some type of ego trip on that. And or the recipient is maybe taking advantage of the charity that they are receiving and abusing that. We are being called to have faith. We are in an overwhelm of emotions, and of course we are seeing that here of grief. You're going to have to work through those emotions. I'm sorry for whatever pain and grief and loss that you're going through. Please do validate your ego. It has every right to feel those feelings, and it's going to need comfort and love with that. And the best comfort and love it can feel is from you. See it as a toddler and give it a hug. Sit down and actually talk with it. Whatever pain it's been through, it's been hard. It really does suck. It has every right to feel that way. But do keep faith. This is definitely a reassurance from your higher self and guides that they've got you. You can see like all the water overwhelming the kitty, but the kitty has a walk path there. They've got you. You're going through some metamorphosis change here, so to speak. And as you embrace your heart's desires, that's going to lead you down the road you want to go and bust through that spiritual freedom. This also represents Sagittarius, by the way, so I don't know if this represents you or whomever you're engaged in this situation or circumstances. Tune into whatever your relative story is. Let's see if you got any more for your progression of the week. Okay. Yeah, definitely got some more grief going on here. You are moving towards something new, but before you can quite move into that, we are going to have to let go of some grief. Definitely have to work those emotions that's showing up yet again. Ooh, I'm seeing disharmony, perhaps in a couplehood. More than likely when I see the cups, I'm thinking more along the lover's lines. The romantic partner could be business partner, could be friend, whomever, but usually I'm seeing this in the romance department. It is, you are being called to reach for that which is ideal for you, your heart's desires, your joy. That is always your compass calling you. You want to move into that direction and let go of the egoic stuff. And yeah, the stuff we've been going through has really brought us into a deep state of apathy, detachment. We're losing desire, but it's good to see desires here. But I think we've lost the desire for what we were working on long term, but we haven't given up hope, and definitely hang on to that hope because they got you here. Okay, so let's look at what lessons you're learning this week, or perhaps relearning, been there, or that you need to apply. Okay, yeah, all right, so this legacy we've been working on, and perhaps the Sky King and the betrayal, the Sky King this reverse, we've been brashing and clashing, it's not been working out, and we're getting burnt. Or there is a possible move or residence of some type, and you might be facing delays with that, you're dealing with that. Tune into the relative part of your story for that. Sorry guys, y'all have hit the bottom and you've been through some pain and it hurts, and I'm sorry to see that, guys. But the good news is it's ended. You've hit the bottom, and the only way to now to go is up. So with the old legacy that did not work out for you, you're embracing something new, and that it can work out for you. It's time for that. It's where you're busting the spiritual freedoms and what have yous. And they've got your back for that. Ooh, we got a bit more here. Okay, so we do have a new offer of love that is genuine and sincere, so pay attention to that. I don't know if this is love for yourself or love from another. This can usually be about the romance department too, so keep watching that. You have definitely gone through a lot, guys. All of your nightmares have come to the forefront and beyond. They've actually entered your relativity, and you have definitely experienced that. And naturally, we've seen that here as well, and I'm sorry for what you've gone through. Really need to love that ego and give it some compassion and give it some comfort. Yep, back to that lovers. Yep, I saw this here, and we're in disharmony. So I don't know if we're talking about a romance couple that has not worked out. And again, I'm really sorry for your loss. I know that's difficult if that is what you're dealing with. It's not only as our hearts get attached to the person, but then we also make dreams of the future with that person, and we lose those future dreams as well. So I know how very, very painful that is. So my deep apologies on that. And this also represents Gemini. I don't know if that's in regards to you or whomever that you engage with these in these circumstances. Again, tune into your relative stories. And yes, there's been some riffraff here going on. Communication is being needed. And you're with what's being, the choices you have made that has brought you into this mess, you're out of alignment with your higher self on this one. This is indicative to me that you've gone off your fate line, because if you do not follow your joy, that is your fate line. Follow the joy and your desires, source plans. So those within your heart, that's the way you're supposed to go, and that's why it feels leaky when you don't follow that way. Would not be surprised to see the wheel show up reversed at all in this reading. But yeah, we're not in alignment with our higher self when we are following our egoic fears. So yeah, we want to change that. These are the lessons you're learning to stop getting burnt with fire. Start following your heart's desires. That's where we want to go with that, guys. Okay, so let's see what can help you this week, whether that be a change of inner attitude or current outside circumstances and or people. And we talk about changing the inner attitudes, because what's going on within you, vibing on the inside, is what shows up and reflects on your outside. It's what you feel in here is how you create out there. You truly are a manifester of your relative experiences. Here, tickling my nose. Whoosh! Okay, that one really jumped. Okay, so yeah, moving towards something new that we want to go for, and you definitely want to go for that. So moving towards that new and your passionate desire, perhaps that new offer of love that we saw. I saw that somewhere. Oh, there it is. Move towards that. That's what you're being called for, and that is good. Don't get obsessed with it, but move towards it. That is something that can definitely assist you with what you're going through now. And if you heard that, that would be a baby. Yes. Who's supposed to be sleeping. And she's not. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. So here we got the Sky King reverse here. So when I see this, this is about letting go of someone that has been perhaps enabling you or helping you. And we have to let that go. And it can be an easy letting go as you're coming into your power. This person kind of stays your friend, so to speak. And you're coming into your power. It could even be your own father figure, branching out, going out into life, your new life as it is. So that's what I'm seeing with that. And yep, you were working on something and you put a lot of effort and energy into it with hoping for long-term results that were not meant to be. They were not meant for you, and they're not going to bear fruit. And we saw this here too, also with your legacy here. So yeah, what you've been working on in the past. So coming to accept that and realizing that and understanding that, that's going to help you. It wasn't meant to be. It was not your joy. Even if your ego's gotten attached, validate those attached feelings. It was just not meant to be. It's not for you. Which means if you move now towards your joy, you will work through your grief. You will come to that which is right for you, and you can live your dreams. And oh my goodness, we've got a story and a half here. How many do we have here? Okay, so yeah, we're out of our element with the Earth Queen here. Reverse, definitely that we've seen that. You do have some family support, so that's good. So maybe tune in for that family support. We're looking at something to help you here. The family support looks like it can help you. Yep, family again, definitely. So this actually can be a happily ever after card. So maybe that new offer of love can lead to a happily ever after. So you've got something coming. Like I said, that newness. Look forward to that. What you're being called to the new. That is what's going to help you, and keep your eyes focused on that. And yep, and this newness coming in, awesome. I'm liking this. This reading is turning around. It's coming in fast. So yeah, that's really good, and it's upright. And this also represents Cancer. So I don't know if that is you or someone that you're engaged with in the situation. And yep, got a hard choice to make. Okay, so this is your ego. Ego's got attached to a certain situation. Is surviving, and that's its number one choice. It's going to survive. Its number two thing is avoid as much pain as possible. So you got this newness coming in, and this is a choice you're going to make here, and you got the choice to make here. The thing here is, when I see this card, it's like a hard place in a rock. He goes where it's at, and it doesn't like it. And it's got to make a change, and ego hates change because it knows it can survive where it's at, even though something new looks over there, looks pretty, looks inviting, looks wonderful and looks better. But how do I know that's wonderful and better? What if it's got a secret hidden monster there and I don't know it? I don't know I can survive that, so it wants to hold on to the old. And it has self-identity with the old too, so it feels like, oh, okay, if I let go of the old, then I lose my identity, then I cease to exist. Another problem with ego. You have to keep it reassured. Seriously sit down and meditate and see your ego as a toddler, because it is a toddler that never grows up, and tell it you will continue to exist, but in a better form, in a more joyful form, because you do have something new. Anytime I see this card, my always choice is hard place in a rock, stay where you are, move with the change, move with the change. Ultimately, you will get to the best place. Yes, again, being invited to something new, and the universe is telling you you are loved and supported to move towards that newness here with the Earth Kitten. Loving to see that. And yes, here we got the Empress too, a loving mother, nurturing type here. Again, you had that family support. This is the line that helps you. So I don't know if you have a loving mother figure that can assist you in this as well. Also give yourself a little bit of loving, nurturing care about dealing with healing that little ego, that self-love. And then we've got the Earth King here in reverse. So I don't know. This is like a loss of materialism, wealth, and we did lose this legacy that we were building. So something, or maybe this is that romantic partner representative of that. Representative, yeah. I'm botching my own pronunciations here. So I see how that tunes in for you. Also can mean like a lack of success on what you have been building. So let it go. Accept that and realize that we definitely had that with the reverse 7 of Earth as well too. But you got that newness coming in, and you're going to be supportive with this newness, and it's coming in fast, and it looks like a new love, guys, by the looks of this reading. Okay, so that's what can help you. So now we're going to look at tarot that can show you your obstacles you're facing this week, and or affirmations that you're in the flow. So it could show you, oh, you have an obstacle here, but you're in the flow here, or it could just show you one or the other. Oh, nice to see. Flow, flow, flow. You have the Sun card, so this newness that you're moving towards, everything is going to work out in your highest alignment and good. That is what I love to see. The Sun card showed up. It is reversed. It doesn't mean anything bad. It just means you're struggling to believe that right now because your ego is in a bit of pain. So let's see what else you got going for your obstacles and flow. Okay, so spending some togetherness with families and friends. This is flow. Maybe it's with the new love. This is what builds and nurtures relationships. And then also you've gone through a lot here, and the best way to heal is with the camaraderie of loved ones who can definitely support you. So I know we're going through this quarantine right now and stuff in this pandemic. You can definitely make phone calls, contact people, get you some help. It's the best way to heal. Yes, here we go again. Okay, and then we got the Sky Queen, nurturing, loving mother figure. I'm seeing this a lot, so you definitely may have that mother figure that can definitely assist you. So that is flow. Plus, she's also very clairvoyant, so tuning into your own intuition is very good. And then here we go again. You're being invited to do something new, and you are prepared and ready for the newness. Maybe a little bit timid. This kitty here is timid to get a little bit burnt, but you are prepared and ready for this newness. So that's good, and you got the universal support with that. So that is looking good. So a lot of flow cards here, guys. That's good to see. So I think by the lookings of this, and you're intuitive and you know this, by the looks of this, yes, you're in pain. Yes, it looks like we might be in a little messy of a breakup. We've gone through some crap, but I think you're in the place where you know this new love has come in, and you know this new love is looking good for you. And this reading is affirming that it does look good for you. And you're going to have to work through some grief, yes, but you're going to be okay, and you're ready for this newness. So now let's look at the outcome of your week. Okay. Okay, so we were a little bit out of balance with all these emotions in the upward, like we had to let go of the long-term stuff, so that's very, very understandable. And it looks like within this relationship or circumstance that has been going on, we have felt very trapped, and to the point that we've gotten aggressive. And this also represents the Capricorn card, so I don't know if that's you or relative to whomever you're dealing with or an engagement of this as well. And then, okay, yes, and this is very, very easy to do when you're in a breakup. It's like, especially if this is a breakup, if this is in regards to that, again, tune into your relative story, you know what this means. And one of the best advices they give you when you're in a breakup is make a list of why you broke up. When you're in the middle of a relationship and it's not working out, it's so easy to look at your other partner and go, gosh, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, we don't connect here, we don't connect there, we don't match here, we don't match there. And as soon as you break up, because ego gets attached, oh, but I miss this wonderful thing that we did do. I miss this, and miss this, and miss that, and those are gone. So this is like looking at your nostalgic memories, but remembering them, but feeling the pain of the loss. We want to release the pain of the loss. Validate the pain of the loss, comfort through it, but don't hang on to it and wallow and drown in that, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You also have new skills to be learning, and or you may already have these skills and you can teach others. So I don't know if this is a new calling, perhaps in any field of work here, or maybe you're already doing this, maybe you got work going for you that can help you through all of this. Tune into your relative story. Okay, let's see, anything else? Or maybe you've been out of work with this quarantine and you get to go back to work, and hopefully it's something that you love to do. Seeing this particular card, it looks like it is more than just a job. It's something that you're good at, something that you're actually skilled at. So turn into your relative story there, and let's see if we got any more cards for your outcome. Oh, we do. Okay, so here we go. All right, so yep, we need to tune into our intuition and work with those emotions and the reflections of the past, and we're kind of resisting that a little bit because we're in a little bit of pain, and it's very understandable. This also represents the Pisces card, whether that be you or whomever you're engaged with the situation. And yes, you are being called in, just like I said, we're resisting a little bit, so you are being called by your guides and your higher self. This is what this reading is about, your message, to go within and meditate and spend some time. Ask those spirit guides and your higher self for help. It's so much easier for them to cross over your free will, to constantly respect and assist you much easier when you ask for help. So they are calling you to do that. And yes, we've been in some riff-raff and it ain't been pretty. No. That's got to end, and we're letting that go, and we're moving in with the new stuff, so that's good. And yet we have felt left out in the cold and abandoned, and when I see it reversed like this now, we're staying focused on that pain, and we saw this here too with the betrayal card. Don't stay focused on that and continue to perpetuate your circumstance, which you can get a new face and a new place, but the same problem. Okay, so it didn't work out with whomever you were with, or whatever the situation was, wasn't meant to be. We saw that with the reverse 7 of Earth. Was not meant to be. You got to follow your heart's desire from your heart. So don't let your old experience that you've experienced in this old situation bleed over into the new situation. Let it go. Don't stay focused on that. Go within, ask for some help, ask for some healing. It hasn't worked out, accept that it wasn't supposed to work out. And don't stay in blame. Give it some time, but come to a place of just forgiving and accepting it was meant to be. Okay, so that is your reading, my dear feeling friends. I know it's not the best reading, and I'm really sorry for some pain here, but hey, you do have some newness coming in. It looks like you got some new love coming in, and the newness coming in fast. And you have definitely got, everything is going to work out good with the Sun card here too, so hang on to that. So this brings you into awareness of your situation and shows you that things are not going to perpetuate and stay this bad. Things are going to get better. So if you found this reading helpful, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like, a thumbs up. That helps me circulate my videos out into the YouTube world and help other people. I really would appreciate that. And also, if you're new to my channel and you found this relatively helpful and you'd love to join me, definitely I'd love to have you. Hit that subscribe button and bell notifications. Also, share comments if you'd like. I'd love to hear your comments in how this reading could help you. I'd really appreciate that. And if you found it relative and you want a little bit deeper information, I did this reading with the Mystical Cat Tarot, and I did the theme card with the Messenger Oracle, and I will be clarifying with the Tarot Familiars, And that is in the extended reading, and that description will be in the link below, and I will also clarify with one more oracle from the Messenger Oracle. So that one will be in the description box below beside the cat totem. So you can choose that. Okay, so yes. So I also recommend on the first Wednesday of the month, I do a chakra cleansing, and I have done that this month. I really recommend it because it cleanses your aura, all of your energies, all 12 of your major chakras, grounds you with Mother Earth, which we saw this on Gaia, grounds you with her, and then I come back and also open your heart chakra, and that'd be very beneficial for you because it really brings you into your power, because we are of the essence of love. We are essence of love, and we can tune back into that. That's very powerful and very helpful. So I highly recommend that. And my other Wednesdays are what I call my Seqkat musing series, and that's just to teach you how to get into your joy and to live into it, because that is my goal, is to help people get in and live in their joy. So until let's see, and then other Sundays will be my other readings. So until next time, guys, much love and light. Okay, welcome. If you chose the wolf totem for your message from your higher self and guides. So let's see what your theme of the week is. And your theme of the week is to surrender to the flow, and it's reversed, so been resisting the flow. Okay, so let's see what the cards say, but before we get started there, I can tell you exactly what the flow is. The flow is when you're following your fate line, of which is following your heart's desires, because Source has planted those desires in your heart, wanting to experience those desires through your unique perspective. And we hit a bump on our little storyline here, which we will. We came through to you to play a virtual reality game. Everything's not going to be perfect. Everything is perfect to the Source aspect, so this is a play field for it, to play with limitations. And when we hit a bump, an eagle likes to go off in the woods and hide and avoid the bump, and then we get a mess. And then things get messier, and then sometimes it's hard to find a way out of the woods and get back on our path. And then we find things that are not in flow and things are not working out. If we stay on that path, that's the flow. So let's see what the cards got to say. And you'll know when you're in flow because you're following your heart's desires. And doors will open up for you so easily. People will line up for you so easily, because that is the universe giving you all that support, because you're on the right path. Okay, so here we have personalities working together, different personalities, which is great, working together to attain a common goal. So this is looking good. That's very, very positive. But we're going to get more of the story, so let's get some more cards here. Very good. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we haven't surrendered to the flow. And all the cards thus far are opposing this, but anyway, we'll see where it goes. Whatever we're working on going towards, it's looking great, and you know it. This is a sun card. This is the best card you can get in the entire deck. Everything's going to work out in your highest good and alignment. So that's great to see. So surrender to that flow. I'm telling you, because that's what the flow is. Heart's desires. And be who you really are. And it looks positive, like you are doing this. So I'm not sure what the surrender to the flow is. Maybe because you are doing everything right. Flow is occurring, but it could be like a fast change for the ego, and it could be freaking your ego out a little bit. It's getting a little bit scared, and you're being reminded here just to surrender to it. Go with it. Spirit's got you. It's taking you to maybe strange new places, a whole new world, so to speak. But everything's going to work out for the best, so just trust that. We'll see if we can get anything else more on this theme. If not, we'll see the progression every week. Okay, yeah. Nope, okay. And then we've we've got the Moon card, which is, whoops, got two, hold on. Okay, so it may have had a past failure that we're dealing with, which maybe making you feel a little scared of that flow, which is understandable. Ego likes to look at the past data, and it likes to, what's the word here? Prophesize its future, so to speak, by past data. And that does not, just because it happened before doesn't mean it forever will. So listen to your intuition, heed it. Everything is going on your best. It's going to work out in your highest alignment. Stay in this flow thing here. And this is the Pisces card, whether or not that's relative to you, as it may be you, or with whomever circumstance, or whomever you will be engaged in the circumstance. We'll see what the cards got to say. Okay, so let's look at the progression of your week. Okay, you have been deceived, and you are trying to move to something new, but there is something that you have to let go of that is causing you some pain and grief. You're going to have to allow yourself, and that's maybe some of the flow that you need to surrender to. Oh, okay, this is making more sense now. Okay, so things are working out for you good. You're being who you are. You're working, teaming up with some people. That's really good. Listen to your intuition. You are moving towards something new, but you've got some pain of something in the past that you've got to let go to allow you to move. You've got to surrender to the flow of those emotions. Don't run away from grief and pain. Move in it, move right through it. The fastest way to your joy is go through that portal of pain. Assuage your ego, give it love, give it comfort, give it validation. You will hear me say, if you follow me, see it as a toddler, because it is forever toddler. It never grows up. You can actually go into meditation and see it that way. Validate its pains, it's been through it, talk to it, let it tell you how it hurts, and give it a hug and reassure it and love it. Let you know, let it know that you're there for it. And in so doing, you are loving yourself. It is the practice of loving yourself. It's a part of the learning program that I teach, just one part of it. I also connect you with your higher self. So yeah, you want to surrender the flow. Don't shove those feelings and numb out and hide them under a rug, because they're going to come back and bite you. Okay. Oh yeah, we got the Empress here. So she's a very loving mother person. She's in her own power. She's raising her children. She's doing great. She's raising her own children to self-empowerment. So I don't know if this represents you, or you have this figure in your life. Maybe you need a little bit of that mothering attention, or mothering yourself as you work through some of these emotions. And those emotions of grief, since it came out behind that deceit card, may be based on experiencing having been deceived. See if we got anything else for progression. Very good. Okay, yeah. So whatever you are moving towards, you have the green light, thumbs up, go. You got universal support to move towards it. They are definitely supporting you in that. And yes, you're moving towards something that's ideal for you. And listen to those heart's desires, and that's what you want to move towards. And that's what it looks like you're doing. And that's great. And the universe is supporting you. So you just got a small little bump here and there. Things are otherwise, this reading is looking very good. Okay, so let's look at now what lessons you're learning, or perhaps relearning, or maybe have learned, that are applicable to you this week. So let's see what we got going on there. Move some cards around a little bit to give you some space. And you hear the music in the background. That is my dear Lily. She wants to escape the room. Okay. Oh, Okay. So we were working on some wishes that didn't seem to come true. So when I see this happen, the best thing I can tell you is start being grateful for anything that is possibly similar towards your dreams coming true. Start being grateful for them and get into that frequency of having your dreams come true. So put some visualizations in, see yourself having attained them. Remember, everything is working out your highest good, and be grateful for the tiniest little step that is successful in that. And yeah, we've got some more learning to do that we need to do before whatever you're moving towards. There definitely is need for learning here. And have faith. Your guides have got you. Have faith. They're reassuring you they got you. You might be going through, again, we're seeing some water here, some emotional reprieve of the past. It's just a past thing. Don't let that mess you up. Have faith. They've got you. This is the great. Hi, Lily. The Grace card are the Temperance, and also represents Sagittarius. So I don't know if that's you or whomever you regard. Don't you steal any totems? No, ma'am, and no crystals. I apologize. No. You cannot have those. She loves crystals. I apologize. This is a Sagittarius, so I don't know if this refers to you or whomever you're engaged with the situation. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of the reading, I like to always do that. I have this reading tuned to many of you, so you have to listen to what is relative to you in your particular story. Whatever it is you're going through. All right, let's see if we get any more lessons. Okay, I'm just going to set no more lessons this week. Okay. All right, so you've done some work somewhere, and you're being invited to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor, and stop trying to work it. Stop trying to perfect something. Kick back and relax, enjoy the fruits of labor. You've been successful with something. It's good as it is. A lot of times, sometimes you're getting ready to start something, like maybe you're getting ready to start a business, so you're working on a website, and you keep working on the website, and get the website better and better and better, and you're trying to perfect that website before you actually launch the business. And sometimes we do that, and it sabotages ourselves. You've done your job, and you've done a good job. Sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor on that. You are ready to go. You are ready to go. You got universal support again. That's showing up again over here as well. You're ready to go. So stop perfecting something. Get back and relax. You are ready. And here we've got the Priest card, and it's upright. Since this is in the learning row, you may be learning to bust some paradigms or maybe some constricting structures. You may be learning to bust that. Or either you are working in some, this could be positive or negative. You may be working within structure that maybe you are very structured in it that is working for you. Or maybe you're even working with spiritual beliefs that are working for you, that are positive for you. So you'll have to see how all of this fits your particular story. Again, I have this tuned to many. And you have a choice to make, and you're having a hard time with it because you don't like a certain situation as it is, and you don't like the idea of change. Because ego hates to let go of anything old because it's surviving that. It's doing a very good job at that, and something new, it kind of scares it. And it could be changing this structure since they came back to back like this. But I like to see this card actually reverse. It's one of the few cards you want to see reverse because it means you're busting out of structures and you're coming into your spiritual freedom. So you may be working with that decision. I'm not sure. So we'll see how that tunes into you. But I always suggest with this card, my advice always is go with the change. Because you're not liking where you are and you're just going to stay where you are and you're going to stay in that dislike. But eventually with the change, you can get where you want to go. So those are the lessons that you're learning this week or relearning. What have you. Okay, so now let's look at what can assist you this week, whether that be a change in your inner attitude or perhaps
in your outside circumstances and or people. And when I say jumping right there. And when I say inner attitudes, because what you got vibing on the inside and thinking on the inside is what starts reflecting in your outer reality. What you feel in here is what you create to show up out there. And we're feeling trapped. Yes, we are. So we need to ask our guides and higher self, and here we are at the tarot reading, for some assistance and help. So asking your guides and higher self for help is what will assist you. And it's kind of with this representation. The kitty cat's trapped, but he has help looking up. So just ask for it. And yes, here we go. This little sea kitten. Going for something new and keep going in that direction. That's going to help you. So keep moving towards that direction. Everything is showing up new. The idealism, you are getting such universal support with that. It just keeps showing up. You've got the support to keep moving something new. So that also is what is going to help you keep moving for the new. You're doing really well. You've got it pretty much overall. Just a little hiccup, but you got a good reading. Oh, we might be getting bored with something here. And what are we getting bored with, guys? This is a temporary state. It's nothing set in. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of detachment here, actually. You could be being a little bit of detachment. Because you could be spinning cycles, because we kept seeing maybe you were perfecting something, you need to get back and relax and enjoy that. So you may be getting a little detached. Or we could be numbing out too, because of this deceit that we felt, and we got a little bit of grief. That could also be happening there. We need to work through that emotions and embrace it. Surrender to the flow of those emotions. Don't be numbing out. That's not going to help you any. It's good to see it right here. It's a temporary state. We don't want to see it reversed, because that means it's done set in, and you can get into true deep apathy, and that's like the bottom of the pole. We don't want to go there, because then you are messing up your life there. Okay. And you are being reminded and invited that yes, you are the creator of your life. You are the magician. Again, like you said, with what you got vibing in here is what we create shows up out there. So, and this is good. You are manifesting positive things. But again, that grief. We are mourning and we have lost something, and that grief is like bumping us a little bit, and I think that might be why we're numbing out. And I'm sorry for whatever that was. Do validate your ego, give it that comfort, give it that love. And this also represents Scorpio, by the way, so I don't know if that is you or whomever you engage with this situation. Tune into the story that is relative to you. So that is what's going to help you this week, my dear wolfies or wolf pack. So now let's look at your obstacles and or affirmation. You're in the flow. So they may show you what may be posing an obstacle for you this week, or they may be showing you where you're in an affirmation of flow of things. Okay. So yeah. All right. So you're in a bit of a confrontation with somebody, and you're bumping heads with them. And this card is here to tell you, stop it. They cannot hear you because they cannot comprehend your perspective. Because of their own perspectives, their own values, their own paradigms and structures and their own beliefs, they cannot open themselves to even be able to comprehend what you're trying to say. So stop wasting your time. Just drop it. Let it go. Love allows, allow yourself to be who you are, allow them to be who they are. Allow yourself to have your own perspectives and values, and allow them to have their own perspectives and values, and stop trying to bump heads. You want to keep working together with the different personalities and accepting the differences, and see how you can work together with those, basically there. And if you don't cut it out, your guides are going to come in and knock it out for you. People don't like to see the tarot card, they freak out. I always see it as a good thing. The guides will knock out whatever you can't knock out for yourself. The one that wiggles and waggles is the ego, because the ego locks down on things and holds on to what it's got because it knows how to survive that. But your higher self and your guides are always trying to pull you to thrival. So it's the ego going, oh my God, survival. But it's going to end up being good. And you know this because they're going to pull you into thrival. So that's obstacle, this is flow. Let's see if I've got anything else in this row for you. Okay, so we also have somebody that's receiving some charity, but this is good. It's a very symbiotic relationship from the provider of the charity as well as the recipient. It's benefiting both, so that is good. So I don't know if that's you providing or receiving. It's good either way. Oh, and I got the Lovers card here. So this is definitely showing harmony with someone, maybe harmony with your romance couple, romance partner. This is very beautiful to see. Could even be a business partner, but it's the Lovers card, you know. It pretty much usually means a romance partner. So that is really good to see. This also represents Gemini, so I don't know if that represents you and or someone else whom you're engaged with. Tune into your story. And yes, we did see a little bit of this failure card earlier. And don't let that failure get you. They're like, try again. So keep moving for your new thing. You may have failed with something in the past, and that's okay. And maybe that's what we're grieving over. That's okay. Keep trying. There's more fish in the sea. You've got the universe support. You're moving towards the ideal you. And I mean, the universe is absolutely supporting you to move towards this new. You will be successful. It is going to turn out in your highest good. And you are being who you really are. Blissful. That takes you to success. That's excellent. Ooh, we got more here too. Oh, yes. Ooh, yes. You're building a legacy and it's going to be successful. And you're moving to your passionate desires. Again, successful. So yes, very, very, very good with the Ace of Fire there. Yes. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. That is brilliant to see. Very good. So pretty much a flow card. Just the one obstacle, stop arguing. With whomever you're arguing, they cannot hear you and understand you. You're wasting your time. So that's great. So now let's see what your outcome of the week is. Let me put these cards back together because I'm making a big mess over here. And I don't want to do that. When I go back to clarify, I'll be like, what's where? Okay. So let's see what your outcome of the week is. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Ooh. Okay. Guys, this is your outcome of the week. Please heed me. Stop this. Absolutely stop this. Stop arguing. We're showing need of communication, and communication is some of that communication is just going to have to be acceptance. Be careful because somebody can play you and bring all of your nightmares and visions into your relative 3D world. You have got a great reading here. This outcome is actually surprising me. And I think this is why your guides are here to knock this stuff out. Knock it out. All you're going to do is cause more problems for you. Validate your ego. Your ego may need some validation, but so and so. Stop blaming. Stop it. You're wasting your time. It's not good. Yeah. Gotta put that back there. You do not want to experience your nightmares and visions. You do not want to do that, so cut it out. Be careful of somebody playing you. Be careful of that. Watch and be careful. If somebody's making you an offer and you heed your intuition, which you were told right here at the theme, heed your intuition. Turn to your higher self, turn to your guides and ask them for help. Same thing here. You want to surrender to flow, not something that feels icky. And something doesn't feel right, heed it, because you could be getting played and then bringing nightmares into your relativity. I'm really surprised to see this outcome. Caution, caution, caution. Be careful. You know what you're into. You hear your own relative story. Caution. Be careful, guys, because you otherwise have a great reading here. Don't blow it. And that's what the tarot reading is all about. It's to bring into your awareness, this is a message from your higher self and guides this week. That's what this reading is about. And this may be something coming that you have no idea that is coming your way. And they are forewarning you, so heed the advice. Be careful. Because you are working towards things and you will be successful, but don't let somebody come in here and play you and deceive you and knock out your success. Don't fall for it. Okay, you can navigate through any challenges with ease and grace. You can do it. Just be aware and take it careful and ask your help from your guides and higher self, your angels, whatever deities of your choice that you utilize. Also, this could also mean a move of residence, and everything's looking good. Everything's in the flow with that. That's looking good. Alright, let's see if you got anything else for the outcome of your week. Here we go. Yes. So everything that you are moving towards your new, blah, 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 blah. Everything that you're moving towards that is new. You are prepared and ready for this. You might be a little timid about getting burnt when you first get started, but you're prepared and ready to go with this. Stop perfecting. You are prepared. Just heed warning, communicate, and just watch out for this player. Heed your intuition, okay? And everything will work out to your good. So yeah, so that is your reading, my dear Wolfpack. So I hope you found this reading helpful. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you could give this reading a thumbs up, because that helps me circulate my video out more into the YouTube world so I can reach other people and help them as well. And also, if you found it helpful too, I really do appreciate that. If you found it helpful too, I did this reading with the Mystical Cat Tarot, and the theme was with the Messenger Oracle, and I will be clarifying in the extended reading, which will be in the description link below beside the cat, with the Tarot Familiar and one more Oracle card here too, as well as the Messenger Oracle. So if you need more details, maybe you can find some details on our Deceptor here. If you found that helpful, just click on that link below. Also, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And if you found this helpful and you'd like to subscribe, we'd love to have you. Just hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. On the first Wednesday of the month, I do the chakra clearings, which clears your aura, your energies, and all 12 of your major chakras, grounds you into Mother Earth, and I come back and open your heart chakra, which makes it so easy to hear intuition and puts you into your power. And then the other Wednesdays, I call them my Seqkat musing series, where I just teach you how to get into your joy and live in your joy, because that's my goal in life. To remind people you are allowed to live in your joy. You're supposed to be living in your joy. So that's what I'm here to help you. And of course, Sundays are my tarot readings. So I will see you either in the extended reading or until next time. Until then, much love and light.